Hey, how's it going? Hey there, greetings. What's up? How you been, strangers? I am Brit,
And I'm Dee.
and welcome back to another episode of It's a Strange World After All. The Piggity podcast where we discuss true crime cases, the supernatural, urban legends, conspiracy theories, and all the things that keep the world strange.
You're not gonna do your Black History Month theme?
Oh yeah, it is still History Month. It is still Black History Month. We black and we back and we. It is Black History Month, so we are continuing with black assness, black. My camera.
Look
That's what
at
I
you.
get. That's what I get. We will continue to share the stories of those that look like us.
Yes, so in today's episode, we discuss the lizard man of Scape or Swamp. The lizard man is not black, but the main witness was a black man. So that's why, in case it wasn't clear, because you you were like, "We doing this one for Black History Month?" When you asked me before.
Oh, well, I just wanted to make sure.
Oh,
I was like, oh,
yeah.
it wasn't the fact that it was the lizard man. I just wanted to make sure
Oh,
I had it right.
okay.
Um, I personally, if a black man says that he's seen a lizard man, I would, I would say that you kind of have to believe him. I don't know, unless he was on something. I don't know. We'll get into it.
We anyway.
How how often are there just black men running around saying they saw
Oh,
some stuff?
I was gonna say that. So I've mentioned him on here before, Dalen.
Mm.
So he's a ghost hunter out of Atlanta. We just talked about Atlanta. So he does a YouTube thing with his wife. It's called Ghosted or Roasted. And
Yes.
basically they watch these clips and he's like giving his opinion on if he feels like they're true or not. Anytime it's a black person, before it even starts, he'd be like, "Oh, it's real. It's real." Because like you don't come across stories like this involving us.
It is
Basically.
rare. It
Yeah,
is
very
rare.
rare. And how I found this was actually, I did an Instagram post about this back when we were doing our Instagram posts, but I didn't realize until like a few months ago that the guy was a black man. So this is an Instagram post. We're just going to give you his full story.
Okay. The lizard man of Scape or Swamp is a cryptid that is known to inhabit. Do it again. Sorry, I had just also scarf down the snack real quick. The lizard man of Scape or Swamp is a cryptid that is known to inhabit the swampland in Lee County, South Carolina. The first sightings occurred in the late 1980s. A cryptid is a creature that is said to exist in folklore or legend, but whose actual existence is not scientifically proven. What's another cryptid? Is Bigfoot technically a cryptid?
Bigfoot. Mm-hmm.
Okay. The Loch
Um,
Ness monster.
Loch Ness. Yeah.
Which I just found out it was probably a whale's penis. That like for
What?
real. Yes, because okay, when you think about yeah, well, that's the large. Yes, okay. So whales are so big and their man parts, their fellow parts are pretty big too. So back then they wouldn't have known that they had those parts, or maybe would not have even really known much about whales. So back then they talking about they've seen like this creature, this one-eyed monster, this, this thing that came coming with the thing with a hammer, and it really is just a whale, because there are sightings now of people seeing a whale come up and just showing them what they got. That thing is thinging, and so they're saying now, if you look back at accounts, it probably was just a whale's scrotum, penis.
Yeah, I never heard that before. Hmm.
Somebody sent me a video on
Interesting.
social media. Yeah, it was very interesting. I was like,
Somebody
dang,
sent
because
that
it's
to you?
yes. It was educational. It was for educational purposes. I was like, dang. Even if you
Okay.
look at if you look at the artwork from people saying that they saw the monster, and then you look at a picture, because they have pictures of whales privates, it looks similar.
So no, okay. I'm going by the video. So I'm trying to think of how it would be a whale, because there were like, was it two humps? So they're saying like it was the head of the whale and then the whale penis?
Probably. I don't, because yeah, the video
Because
I
the
saw was just
video,
like one long serpent. The one that I saw, or like, I mean, it's long enough to have a little curve to it, you know?
so the video I'm thinking of, the face or head or whatever was out of the water. And then
Yes.
there was like a hump behind it.
So yeah, maybe that was the whale's body.
And what people were
Maybe.
thinking is the head was actually the head.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes
Man, that
that makes
thing, man.
okay, that makes more sense. Okay. Yeah, I did not know that.
Man.
On July 14th, 1988, the Lee County Sheriff's Office investigated a report of a car damaged overnight. The car was parked at a home in the area of Browntown outside Bishopville, South Carolina, on the edge of Scape or Swamp. There were reportedly teeth marks and scratches on the vehicle, as well as hair and muddy footprints left behind. Keep that in mind, because I have something to add. It's not in here, but keep that in mind. The
Keep
hair and the
the
footprints.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sheriff Liston Truesdale stated this was the start of numerous claims that eventually turned into a story about a lizard man roaming the swamp. One of the very first witnesses was 16-year-old Christopher Chris Davis. Chris reported that his car was damaged by a creature he described as green, wet like, and about 7 feet tall, and had 3 fingers, red eyes, skin like a lizard, and snake like scales. This was 2 weeks prior to the original claim.
And that claim, the person didn't actually see it. He just saw the car after. So he
The
didn't.
which person? The Not
The
Christopher.
the first report, yeah, not Chris. The first report where the car was damaged overnight,
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
that person didn't see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how you file a report? He just filed it based on what the car looked like?
Mhm. And
Okay.
then that's when Chris came out with his story because it was similar, but Chris
Oh.
actually saw what it was,
What Chris is
allegedly.
saying he allegedly, and what Chris is saying he saw sounds like Lewis from Disney's The Princess and the Frog. It sounds sounds like an alligator who loves jazz music. This is going down the bayou with his friends.
Oh, man. That's
Cause what
hilarious.
the
Yeah. Are there alligators in South Carolina? I don't know.
Yes, I thank you. I did look it up because once I got to
Okay.
this part of what you put, I was like, you know what? It sounds like Lewis from Princess and the Frog. I was like, Lewis is a gator. Are alligators common in South Carolina? And according to AI, yes, alligators are common in South Carolina. It said
Mm,
that in that the state has an estimated 100,000 gators, and the population has been pretty stable since the 1990s. So,
I did not know that.
yeah, it says they even say like the just says wildlife experts say if you are at a lake, near a lake or swamp, just assume that there's alligators there with you.
That's too much. I'm not going to a lake if I got to watch out for alligators.
I mean, most lakes. Well, let me not say most lakes. I don't know. I'm not a lake type of person because the waters are like
Me
murky.
neither.
Like I like oceans more than lakes. That's number one.
I don't like either, so I'm good.
That is not surprising to me. But
Cause I can't look. I can't swim. What I'm gonna do what am I gonna do in the ocean?
you let the waves hit you. Let the rain
And they
fall
will
down. I don't
carry
know why
me
this made me
away.
carry. No, I don't have anything for that.
Mm.
No, if you just on the shore, you just on the shore. You there for do it for the gram. You're there to catch the waves, look cute, get your Baywatch moment on. That's why people go.
Okay.
Wait, the last thing I do need to say is he saying, well, okay, this is giving Gator, but if he's standing 7 foot tall, 7 feet tall, I don't. Do Gators usually stand on like their hind legs? No, they're usually
No,
just
that's what makes it a cryptid because it's not a gator. Like, what is this?
allegedly,
It's something that hasn't, yeah,
allegedly,
yeah.
but it could very well be an alligator. It could very well be an alligator.
Walking like that, like on this,
Maybe you could teach dogs how to walk like that. Maybe he had a train. Like, no, for real. You can't teach dogs. Wait, wait a minute.
mm-mm,
Wait a minute. No, never mind. We'll save the pictures reviews later because I accidentally clicked on the picture. Go ahead.
of the lizard man.
Of one of them, yes, a news. It's a news photo too.
I think I know what you're talking about. I think that was like them making fun of the situation.
Okay, okay.
If I'm thinking of the same one.
He cool. He's just walking. He's just walking. I don't know. In the middle of the day.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that was them making fun of it. According to Chris, he was driving home from working the night shift when his car got a flat tire. After fixing it, he saw a creature walking towards him. He got in his car and drove off, but somehow the creature ended up on top of his car. He hit the brakes, causing the creature to roll off the car, giving him enough time to escape. So, I don't think an alligator would be able to jump on the top of your car like that.
No,
So I think that rules out alligator,
maybe.
allegedly.
It could be a human. It could be a human. It could. Have you ever seen? Did you ever watch
Okay.
Split?
Yes,
One of
but
his creatures, one of his things, personalities is like this.
but split aside. Okay.
Okay.
The For this thing to hop on his car, he had already like peeled off, so he was going pretty fast.
Oh yeah, that's
So
true.
that means the creature had to be as fast, even more fast than the car actually, to catch up like that.
Cause he like burnt. He burnt rubber. He was.
Mhm.
I don't know. Maybe it was Jeepers Creepers. I don't know. I don't know.
Wait, how
Hmm.
often does he come back?
Oh,
Every
oh,
mm,
20 years, 40 years, 100 years.
I don't know. It wasn't
75.
Jeepers Creepers. Because you remember we was supposed to see him last year, right?
23
He was supposed to come
years
back
for
last year.
23 days.
So yeah,
It's
he was supposed to
every
come back. Was it
23rd spring.
2023 he was supposed to come back?
I guess if you're going by 23, I get no, because of well, I don't know. I guess. Well, the film came out in 2001, but if it was supposed to be that he came out in 2020, I mean in 2020, in 2000, then yeah, he was supposed to come back in 2023.
Mm, okay.
Chris's story quickly caught the attention of the media, prompting more people to come forward with their own stories. The area became a tourist attraction for visitors and hunters. Local radio station WCOS offered a $1 million reward to anyone who could capture the creature alive. They're full of crap. First of all, ain't no radio station even have how much you don't even have $1 million.
You
I
don't
don't
know that.
believe.
You don't know that.
Man,
You don't know that.
man, what's the radio stations back in Dallas coming on for? The most they've ever given is like 1,000, maybe. You do not have $1 million.
Maybe that's why they did it, because they knew it wasn't
That's
real.
that's what it
Possibly.
is. That's what I'm saying.
Hmm.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Mm.
So there was a person, I left it out because we're focusing on Chris, but there was a man that had claimed he shot it,
Okay.
but then he ended up getting like arrested. He was like in the army or something. And he came back like 2 days later saying he lied about the whole thing, and then he ended up getting arrested on gun charges. It was just weird.
Okay.
Skeptical investigator Ben Radford states that the details of Chris's story does not hold up under scrutiny. However, Sheriff Truesdale maintains that Chris's story never wavered. Ben says that over weeks and months, the details changed many times. The creature went from having scales to being packed with mud. The distance between Chris and the lizard man changed, and whether or not it attacked the car. So he's saying nothing is adding up. And then, so the whole thing about the scales, how it went from having scales to being packed with mud, if you go
Hmm.
back to the first um, incident, the hair that was left behind. So there's another, he's like a paranormal investigator. I can't remember his name, but he is saying that Chris misidentified the lizard man and that it was actually a Bigfoot.
Oh,
And that
okay.
would
So still
explain the hair. Yeah.
okay. So still a cryptid, just not the lizard
Yes.
man.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, we don't know what was running around South Carolina.
I don't know, but I'm trying
And
to figure
if
out.
you think about it, it could have been anything. Because if I'm not mistaken, South Carolina is part of the Appalachian. I don't know which one, but it's just a lot of weird stuff that goes on.
So it
Yeah.
could have been an inbred, like talking about it. No, for real. It really could. This whole Bigfoot could be, it could just be wrong turns all over the place.
The
Barbarians
fact that that's the
all
first thing
over the
you think
place.
of when I said
Mm
that, I was
hmm. Mm
talking
hmm.
about like paranormal, like
It's, I
mimics
mean,
and stuff like that.
I mean, I don't know. It's paranormal to me. No, I know what paranormal. I know what
What, inbreds are
paranormal.
paranormal?
Maybe. I don't know. We don't know. We don't know much about them. I don't know. I just a lizard man. A lizard man. A lizard man?
It
Let me
could
stop.
be.
It could be. Let me stop
It
looking at the
could.
pictures too. Because the pictures are
Yeah,
upsetting.
'cause wait until
I,
you see his sketch. I think I didn't link it because he did do a sketch.
it better not be what I'm looking at. It better not be what I'm looking at.
No, it was
Hold
an
on.
actual like drawing.
But was it executed well?
No.
Okay, then I think it's what I'm looking at. Comment Google images, and there's multiple things that I'm looking at here. And there's one.
Does it look
that
like a
looks
drawing? Like somebody, like a kid drew
it
it?
look like a kid that drew it. Yes, it does. Yes, this is it. Granted, though, I'm not gonna do my man's like that because my man's was 16. My man's was a kid, so he did the best he could. It looks like the Grinch from. It looks like
It does.
a don't it?
It does.
Oh my gosh, that is funny.
Yeah,
Also,
Imma have to include it on the Instagram post.
yes, please. I need to look into becoming a skeptical investigator because what? How do you become
Yeah.
a skeptical investigator?
I think you just have to be a skeptic.
It's just a self title, like self-made
Mhm.
kind of. Okay.
I think so. I don't know, it could be a real
Mm-hmm.
thing, but
Because even to be a paranormal investigator, you yourself are just saying, I investigate the paranormal.
Mhm.
No, but you don't have to have
Yeah.
no degree, no accreditations, or nothing. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So it's
Or
a little.
oh, no, I was gonna say I consider myself, even though I do believe in, like, a lot of stuff, I guess I would be considered, like, a debunker because it's kinda like a skeptic. Skeptics just don't believe in this stuff at all.
Oh, okay.
But a
Okay.
debunker is somebody who is looking at it from both sides,
Yes.
like the facts versus what the claims are.
Yes.
And they try to, yeah, either debunk it. And if they can't, then they're like, okay, then something is really going on. So,
All right. So you haven't. No, we'll ask you at the end in your expert opinion. Um. Ben questioned how Chris could see the details of the lizard man at 2 a.m. when there was no lighting nearby in a heavily wooded area. He also says the timing of Chris's story doesn't make sense. If he saw the creature in the shadows while closing the trunk, he still had time to get back in the car and take off. However, Chris claims the creature was so fast that it caught up to the car while he was going 40 miles per hour. I don't see that. I don't see how that one makes sense. Animals can go pretty well, depending on the animal.
yeah, no, I'm saying he's saying like Chris wouldn't have had time to put like, because you remember he was fixing his tire. So he wouldn't have
Yeah,
had
no, no, no.
time to put the stuff back in the trunk, get in the car, and pull off if this creature was that fast.
He don't know that though. Like I get what he's saying, but he don't know. Maybe the creature was just like standing there. Maybe the creature was feeling out the
That's what I was
situation
thinking. They
before.
was both that like that meme with not meme, that gif with Diddy and that dude where they were just looking at each other.
I'm looking at you. You looking at me. I'm looking at you. You looking at me. We looking at each
That's what I
other.
picture.
No, yeah.
That's what I picture. So yeah.
I'll give him that benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. Chris did take a polygraph test, which he passed. Ben claims that the test may have been a publicity stunt by Southern Marketing Incorporated, a company that arranged personal appearances for Chris. And yes, that is a little fishy to me
That they were the ones
because,
that
yeah,
arranged the. Okay.
they're giving you this test, but they're also booking appearances for you. So you would have to make the story seem legit. So of course you're
Yeah,
gonna say he passed.
that's true.
So yeah. So I'll give him that. But then I read that so basically he was like one of those kids that was like shy. He really didn't want to be in the spotlight, so he really
Oh,
didn't even want to be doing these interviews in the first place.
yeah.
So I'm like, were they? Because I'm sure he did see something,
Yeah, he's being genuine
and
that
he
he.
probably just wanted to report it. I don't think he thought it would like blow up like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think they said he was supposed to do Oprah. He was supposed to be on Oprah, but he had turned it down.
Dang. I didn't know it was that
Yeah,
popular. That's okay.
it was. It was. Another issue is that there are no photos of the damage to Chris's car. There were descriptions in the local newspaper, but no photos. So, yeah. He probably didn't even have a camera. Or, I mean, if he reported it, the police probably should have taken pictures.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, this also it's just PU. It's just a little smelly. Just a little smelly. But investigator Alicia Lutz suggested that what Chris saw that night was local butterbean. Sorry. Sorry. I can do it. All right.
You are childish.
Lucius. Okay. Investigator Investigator Alicia Lutz suggested that what Chris saw that night was local butterbean farmer Lucius Elmore, who was guarding his shed after recent thefts. Lucius said he heard a car tire blow out and, thinking it was thieves, walked out to the road to confront them. Lucius said when Chris saw him, he screamed and took off.
If we do believe Chris, like if Chris's story is real, this still doesn't explain what hopped on top of his car.
Well, okay. That and the description he gave about what he saw, like how dark was it? And then how big? What does Lucius look like? How big is Lucius? Is he 7 foot tall or six?
Yeah, because he did
6 feet.
give a detailed description.
A pretty detailed description, which I know they were questioning because it was so dark outside.
And did
And
he look like the sketch?
he probably the sketch looks more human than the lizard man, so maybe
Yeah.
that is, and they turned it into maybe he didn't even, like, maybe his description was simple and then they embellished. I don't know. Also, considering what fell on top of his car, if it was a heavily wooded area, a branch could have hopped on his car. Like, you know how when you're scared or something startles you and then something else happens, it could be something small, but it makes you scared
Yeah.
or even
Yeah.
more scared, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because this sounds like, oh, okay, it could have been this. It's like,
Yeah.
oh,
And then, I mean, he didn't even report it as soon as it happened. So he had time to like calm down, get himself together, think about what actually happened, and then he reported it because this was weeks after it happened that he reported it.
you're saying Chris, right?
Chris, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, in that moment, he was probably scared, but like you have weeks to just, okay, what happened to me? And maybe
So
this is
you're saying, no, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Maybe this is
I'm
what.
saying maybe he did see something because I feel like if something happens to you and you have that much time to think about it, you can be like, okay, maybe this is what happened. Maybe this is a reasonable explanation for what happened. But the
A
fact
lizard
that he
man.
sat with that and still said that it was a lizard man.
If Lucius would have come out in the beginning, you know, like maybe even before he put it, I don't know. You know what I mean? That's just like if you're sitting in the dark and you see something in the dark, it looks like something else, but it really was just a coat rack with a coat on it and it looked like a person. Like, to me, this is more believable than a lizard man to me.
Yeah, I mean, I know that, but it is to me as well. But I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to think from his perspective.
Perspective.
Like, yeah, because the
Also,
fact that he did have all that time to be like, oh, maybe I saw a person, or maybe this is what I saw, or maybe this happened, and he still said it was a lizard man.
if Lucius was out there, how Lucius didn't see a lizard man? If he saw him scream and get in his car, how Lucius didn't see a lizard man or Bigfoot? Bigfoot. You know what I'm trying to say, huh? Why didn't?
No, I mean, that's true.
Because, yeah, he's saying he saw him. He's saying he was there. And so
Maybe
whatever
it was already
whatever
on the top of his car by the time Lucius got out there.
so in
I
your
don't know.
theory, in your or in a working theory, we're saying Lucius heard something. By the time Lucius got there, Chris would have already seen the lizard man, but
Mhm.
Lucius is thinking he saw him and gets in his car and runs away. But Lucius sees him speed away, but never sees the lizard man
The lizard man, because he's
because he's
already on
already
top of the car.
mm, okay. Let's go fishing. Okay,
I don't know.
okay.
I'm just trying to believe this
Make it make
black man.
sense.
I don't
Believe him. I don't
because
believe that
okay.
he believes what he. You know what I mean? I don't
That's
believe
I think that's
that
what
he's
I'm trying to
lying.
say.
Okay.
That he believes that something happened.
Yes. But it
Yeah.
could very well be that it was. But it could
It
very
was
well be that it
Lucius.
was Lucius. Maybe he had on a hat.
Yes.
Maybe he just didn't look. What does Lucius look like?
I
Maybe he just.
I
Okay.
don't know.
Well. Okay.
I don't
Well,
know.
Sheriff Truesdale conducted several interviews and encouraged witnesses to come forward because they're just trying to figure out what's going on. What's going on? Tell me what's going on. Mm, okay.
Oh man. Okay. Someone did report strange, enormous, three-fingered tracks in the sand that matched Chris's drawing of the lizard man.
Okay. I wish we could share screen. Zencaster, you
I
count your
know.
days.
You
You
could
count your
probably
days.
do it on you like when we put it on YouTube. You
Oh
think
yeah,
you
I
could do
can.
that?
I
Yeah.
can.
Okay.
Insert lizard man here.
Lizard man sketch.
Sketch.
Yes. So, Sheriff Truesdale drove to the site and made casts of the tracks. He planned to turn them over to the FBI, but was dissuaded from doing so. Instead, he donated the casts to the South Carolina Cotton Museum. So I wonder, could it have been the men in black that told him not to do it? Because
Maybe.
if you think about it, Sheriff Truesdale was like more invested in this story than anybody else. He was more invested than Chris.
Yeah.
So why would he go through all that trouble and then not turn it into the FBI?
Yeah. It had to have been or something similar to the Men in
Yeah.
Black. Like he knew that they would probably destroy it or get rid of it or do nothing
Mm-hmm.
with it. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because the men in black, they don't just apply to like aliens. It's just paranormal stuff in general. Like
Okay.
when people have like actual proof, I'm not talking about like these fake ghost videos and stuff, but like if somebody has like legitimate proof, that's when they show up.
They still exist
So
off the
I'm trying to
record.
think of when that was off the record.
I'm not trying to.
You remember that video? I can't remember when it was, but the last time I heard about the Men in Black, this guy, it did have to do with aliens. This guy filmed a UFO. He worked at a hotel or something, and
Hmm.
then he ended up not going to work. And then on the hotel surveillance footage, it shows two weird looking dudes walking in, and they were looking for him. And they were dressed in all black the little black hats, and people were saying that was the Men in Black.
They probably people know
Yeah.
aliens are real now with the aliens, so they probably just gave
Yeah.
up. They probably were like, y'all can have it.
Yeah.
One of the last sightings of the lizard man occurred and this is of the lizard man in this area, right?
Mhm.
Was it South
Yes.
Carolina? Yes, South Carolina.
Mhm.
One of the last sightings of the lizard man occurred in 2015. Local TV station WCIV featured photos and videos of the lizard man allegedly taken by Jim Wilson and other unidentified individuals.
Yes. So I think they were saying that's the last like actual sighting, but every now and then people still bring it up or whatever because it's like a part of their like lore. So they use that for like tourist attractions and stuff like that. So they're trying to keep
Mhm.
the memory of the lizard man alive, basically. But this was the actual last actual like sighting with actual proof.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that what this thing is that look like it's from like the Power Rangers, like 1990s
No,
Power Rangers?
no, that's what I
Oh,
thought you
that's
were
something
talking
else?
about at first,
Oh, that
'cause
was what I
that
was
was,
talking
like,
about
from
at first. The first one that I saw looked like a Power Rangers villain. That's from what?
that's from, like, a news station, like, basically making fun of them, the people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Christopher grew tired of all of the attention and eventually moved to Sumter, South Carolina, where he disappeared from the public eye. Unfortunately, he would make headlines again in 2009 when he was shot and killed in his home at the age of 37. 19-year-old Lakeem Butler turned himself into Sumter City County law enforcement officials in connection with the shooting. Another suspect, 22-year-old Anagori Slater, was also charged. It was drug related.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's sad, but okay.
And it what was so messed up was like if you look at like the headlines, like if you look at articles about it, a lot of them don't even mention him by name. They was just like the lizard man witness or like yeah, just like that. And
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's
But yeah,
sad.
it's an unfortunate end to this story.
Very unfortunate.
And then also, I'm guessing he was eventually caught because the last article that I found about it was around the time that it happened. Because they were saying, I don't know if I'm saying his name right, Anagori, whatever, was they knew that he was involved in it and they were attempting to charge him, but they could not find him.
Oh,
And
okay.
I was like, I couldn't, I'm guessing they eventually found him, but again, there isn't much information on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, final thoughts. Thoughts.
Was it okay? Was it a lizard man or was it Lucius? Or was it Bigfoot?
Or was
I'm
it
gonna
an
go.
alligator?
I don't. I don't think alligator because I'm thinking
Okay.
of whatever it was being bipedal. So I don't think it
Come
was
on,
the
SAT
alligator.
word. Huh? I said, come on, SAT word.
Anyway,
He's standing up on his head.
yes. If anything, if it wasn't Lucius, I don't think it was a lizard man, but I do think it could have been a Bigfoot.
But why? Because of the hair?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes. And again, I I wish I could find that episode I watched, but I don't even remember the name of the show. But people who knew him, of course people are going to be like, "Oh, he doesn't have a reason to lie." But if if I'm him and I know I do not like the spotlight and I'm not going to come out and be like, "Oh, I saw a lizard man." Cuz I honestly don't even think he was making money off of the story like that anyway cuz he was turning down interviews. He was doing interviews, but he turned down Oprah allegedly. So,
Man.
I just don't want to believe that this black young man would lie like that.
I thought you was gonna say black king. I thought you were about to be extra,
That
but
too.
yes.
But no, I mean like again, not trying to be funny. You know black folks. They will be like, "Oh, you
Well,
know what? I saw it," like how they did with that leprechaun.
yes.
So I don't know. I don't think he didn't give that type of energy.
No. Okay.
And like I
Yeah.
said, I believe that he believes that he saw something. That's
That's what
all
I
I'm gonna say.
believe.
Yeah.
I believe that he believes that he saw something. Do I believe in the lizard man? I cannot say that I do. I cannot say that I do. I more so believe, especially considering what Lucius looked like, I believe that maybe he saw Lucius. I believe that maybe he saw Lucius. It freaked him out. He got in his car. Maybe something did fall on top of his car, but maybe it wasn't like what he thought it was. Maybe it wasn't a person or an animal. Maybe it was like a tree branch or something, and it just startled him even more. So, but like you said, I don't think that he's intentionally lying. I think he believes that he saw something. So
Yeah. Do
yeah,
you believe in any cryptids? Any that you know of?
I mean, I don't not believe in them. You know what I mean? I've never seen any. I believe that the people believe that they've seen them. I don't. I don't know. I believe in ghosts. I'll say that.
Okay.
I believe in the paranormal. So the fact that I believe in the paranormal and the fact that I believe in aliens, then I cannot say that I don't believe in cryptids. Does that make sense? Because I believe that
Mhm.
anything's possible.
Yeah.
Okay. But
I
I
do
don't know
believe
that
in
in this case.
Yeah, I was gonna say in this case, I don't know. Now I do believe in like Bigfoot. I do think, but I just think it's like a species that nobody knows about.
Maybe because they're clever.
So yeah, because I remember
Because they
seeing a
know.
video. This man was filming a Bigfoot, and it had like peeked behind a tree and threw a rock at the man.
Because they know. They know. Y'all been looking for us for how many years? Cut it out.
Man,
It's like, cut it out.
man,
That is all for Christopher Davis and the Lizard Man of South Carolina.
Scape or swamp.
Skateboard Swamp. Put it in the title.
Please follow us on Instagram at It's a Strange World Podcast and TikTok at It's a Strange World After All. Also, if you are listening to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify and like the show, please go ahead and give us a 5-star rating. And if you're feeling extra strange, please write a review. If you are watching this on YouTube, please, please, please like and subscribe and share and comment.
Smash that subscribe button. Please come and get strange. See that little shoulder action? Come and get strange with us. No harassment. No harassment is involved in getting strange with us. I promise. We would just love to hear from you. What did you think of this week's episode? Do you believe that Chris saw the lizard man? Do you believe in lizard men, people? Do you believe in cryptids? Let us know what you think. Please send us any feedback, episode suggestions on horror, thriller, slasher, or true crime movie or documentary reviews, or any inquiries about being a guest on the show. You can email those submissions or requests to it's a strange world after all at gmail.com, or DM us at any other social media platforms previously mentioned.
Yes. I forgot to say that I would believe in the lizard man before I believed in there's a frog man, the
I'm gonna have to
Loveland
look into that.
frog.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look into that.
Yeah, look him up. That one I'm like, I don't know. But anyway, thank you for tuning into another episode of It's a Strange World After All.
Sorry, I was looking it up. Wait a minute, because why this one his booty cheeks look like this? I'm gonna have to. Why does his booty cheeks? He out here double cheeked up. He's literally out here. It's from Burial's. I can't even get it out. burials and beyond. It's like if you look it up on Google, if you look up the Loveland Frogman, you
Oh,
see
I've
it. Why
never
his
seen
booty
that
cheeks look
picture.
like
Like,
this? Okay.
he look like the WB frog.
He does look like the WB frog. Okay. All right. So thank you. And thank you as always for keeping it strange with us. We'll see you next
Thank
time.
you. Bye.
Bye. Ha, see you next time. Ah!